A new werewolf series comes to Paramount Plus as Jeff Davis introduces Wolfpack. Hello, entertainment enthusiasts. This is Ray, and this is the Fandom Realm. And today I'm reacting and talking about the new series from Jeff Davis, Wolfpack. As always, there are spoilers, so just be aware. Now, just to let you know, I am doing something a little different today. We are going to be watching video clips from the actual Wolfpack series. And with that, you're not really going to hear the sound, but I am going to do a voiceover talking about my reactions and what's going on. And then after all the clips are over, I'm going to give you basically my thoughts and opinions about the series. So with that, let's take a look at Wolfpack. All right, so this is just going to be a voiceover of my thoughts and reactions to some of the things that were going on. It's taking the place of the pictures from my other projects. So, of course, we get started out. We see the wildfire. That's playing a big role. We're going to get introduced to our first main character, who is Everett. And Everett's having some emotional issues. Apparently, he's taken some drugs for some mental issues. Ativan, I guess, is what he's taking, and he's talking to his therapist. And again, we get reintroduced to the fire. Apparently, they are evacuating some towns. The poor bus driver. I love this bus driver. I feel so bad for her. She's got these kids in the middle of a wildfire, and they're not being all that nice. They're noticing a lot of things going on. We have the one student, Austin, who is just being a complete and total jerk to her. She's trying to do the best she can, and he's just being... I just want to smack him in the face, to be quite honest. And so with that, our second major character, our second major character is Blake, and Blake grabs the phone and throws it out the door. About that time, we get to hear something coming our way. And of course, this is the fire run for the animals, everything from horses to deer. We see this crazy ram that has big claw marks in his side. That sort of made me go, whoa, what is going on here? This was very different to a lot of different shows and things, because basically this is very violent at the start. And that thing that just happened there, Austin getting pulled away, he actually shows up, doesn't he, later on? Okay. Of course, a lot of people getting killed there, a lot of violent deaths, and we get to see that werewolf outline in that truck. Again, a lot of dying people. Everett gets thrown up in the air, coming from somewhere, and Blake is going to save his life. At this point, we see that Blake has been bitten by something, and apparently Everett has on his shoulder as well. So Blake heads home. She's apparently got an autistic little brother. Her dad and her mom seem to have broken up. She heads in to take a look at the bite. She cleans up a little bit and ends up heading back out. Her dad is going to try to find somewhere to stay. Everett gets himself to the hospital, and he's almost going to pass out there. While we're back with Blake and her little brother, apparently they see something in the bushes. It looks to be an outline maybe of the werewolf. There's something that moves right there. So I thought that was extremely interesting. So we actually are in the hospital now, and Everett has been taken care of. He's in the hospital bed. We've already seen Austin go by. I think that was Austin that we saw in the hospital. And what's going on there? Because he got jerked back, and then he's alive and okay in the hospital. And of course, this scene sort of spooky here. I jumped when it first happened. I wasn't expecting the claws coming out, and of course, he's doing quite a bit of hallucinating. So that ram really stuck with him. Again, we get to see Blake and her dad, and she's hallucinating some. It ends up, they're going to end up going to a hotel because Blake has some money and knows of one. Everett's parents are going to end up at the hospital. They think he's faking it because they only see a small injury where he sees apparently something through his wolf eyes. Now, moving on, we are getting to see introducing our other two main characters, and this is Harlan Briggs, and it looks like obviously Harlan is likes other guys, and with that he needs to learn this is a dance club. This isn't somewhere where you need to be hooking up with some guy that's playing that's being a DJ. So yeah, we need to keep those hands probably to ourselves. And of course, he's going to be interrupted by his sister, and his sister's name is Luna. And so Luna, Harlan, they sound very like werewolf-y to me. And so I thought it was interesting with her showing up there and those two. Now, of course, here we get to see the queen of everybody, Sarah Michelle Gellar. She is coming in as Kristen Ramsey. She's working with the LA fire department people. She's investigating. We actually get moving on here, and basically what's going to have happened is Luna and Harlan get called to the fire. They found their dad's truck with a big slash in it. We also get to see that Blake is there with Everett because Everett has come to her house. Everett, of course, does take his shirt off. He realizes he has abs. He's gained about 10 pounds. He's very proud of that. Of course, we also got to see with Harlan and Luna that they were actually wolves when their father found them. Now we get this very intense scene where we're introduced to the werewolf, who is going to be fought off by the dog that Blake hated earlier on. And as they're trying to escape, Everett is going to bash his way out of the house, and they're going to move on. Now, of course, we haven't really seen Harlan and Luna's dad yet, but we get introduced to him here. He's running. He's trapped in the fire. He thinks he's going to die, so he's making a last recording to both Luna and Harlan, basically saying he loves them. He hopes they achieve what they want, but then he's going to decide to keep going. Now, we get introduced again here to our Sarah Michelle Gellar, Kristen Ramsey. She's going to be talking to Everett, and she tells him that the arsonist could be someone from the bus and could have been sitting in a seat next to him. And she's trying to get his help to find out who the person was. Now, of course, Everett had just had a little argument with Blake. They didn't want to admit what was going on. And then there's a wolf howl in the background. And with that wolf howl, all of their characters, all four of our kids, our teenagers, basically run to the same place. So we get Blake, we get Everett, we get Harlan and Luna all in the same place, and all of their eyes glow. And basically, Luna knows they are all together, and with that, that wolf call had called them together. I thought this was very interesting, having them all together. It just felt like something special was going to happen. And basically, this is where they say, hey, we are werewolves. because, of course, Everett didn't really want to hear it to start with, or at least Blake didn't. And that's going to be something where the show is going to come to an end as they're looking up at the full moon. All right, everybody, just to close things out here today, I just want to say how much I really enjoyed Wolfpack, and there were a lot of nice things about it. I liked the action. You had situations where lots of death and destruction that I wasn't really expecting with the death of some of those kids from the bus. You also had already a reveal of the werewolf, and we see that he's already there causing some trouble. And so I think that's very big. They introduced us to the original story, basically the idea that Harlan and Luna had been found by their father. They were wolf pups. So I think that throws a little bit of a twist into things. So far, I like our 4 main characters, especially Everett. I think them throwing back that he has a little bit of some mental health issues, I think can be very important for the story. A lot of good things, but there were also a few things that were negative. The biggest thing that I hope improves a little is the CGI on the fire and the animals. I didn't think it was great. Now, I know they probably have a limited budget. They're probably going to keep it like that. And if they do, then I'll live with that. The CGI to me did not make a big dent in the grade or what I thought about the show, but it is something that I would grade it down on. I have watched the show multiple times now, and I have a higher thought of it than I did the first time. I liked it the first time. As I've watched it more, I've liked it more and more and more. So with that, the other little thing, I was hoping to have a little more Sarah Michelle Gellar, and so I'm hoping we're going to get a little more of her in the next episode. So here's to hoping for that. With that, a grade for this episode, I'm going to give it a B. I thought it was a really solid opening episode. It didn't really do much wrong. A lot of right. I like the characters. They've got lots of charisma, and I want to see where they go. Now, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment below, and I'll see you next time on the Fandom Realm.